Well, he says, I'm the first person to pay Taraji P. Henson the most money she's ever made. And then we said, but did you pay her fairly? And then he said, I paid her more than she's ever made. What does that mean, brother? Remember when I said earlier, I've never seen so many cowards and black men in this business? I would have to put my brother Tyler Perry in that. See, when I see you do a clip and you go to T.D. Jakes' church, and I watch you write a check for $1 million in front of the congregation, and you give it to this man, was that for the congregation to give more money? Or was that really genuine? See, when no one's watching, who are you? To when everyone's watching. And we got a chance to see him when no one was watching.
Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
He would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin. Drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. But maybe he'd have to lay some hands on somebody.
All right, guys, it's time to buckle up because Monique is dropping some bombshells. And people, it's getting real. You thought Hollywood was all glitz and glamour? Well, think again. Monique is pulling back the curtain on all of her brothers and sisters. I'm talking Tyler Perry, T.D. Jakes, Diddy, and Oprah Winfrey herself, and it's getting wild. So, get this. We already talked quite a bit about Diddy's secret gay parties, his shady dealings with Pastor T.D. Jakes, and even the alleged abuses against women. But Monique is getting into a whole new chapter, digging into how Tyler Perry and T.D. Jakes might actually be worse than Diddy himself. We're gonna get into how she was blackballed by Tyler Perry and Oprah, how Perry has forced and sacrificed young black men in Hollywood, and to put a cherry on top, the $1 million quote-unquote donation. Tyler Perry gave T.D. Jakes that one time to keep things hush-hush. This gonna be a heavy one, so you better sit back and strap on your seatbelt. About to get real. Tyler Perry and T.D. Jakes, usually seen as these inspirational figures, are now under Monique's microscope. She's hinting at some underground stuff, suggesting that there's more to their stories than what we see on the surface. And Diddy? Yep, he's in the mix too. Apparently, it's not just about his music empire. There's more to the tale of Sean Diddy Combs. Monique's revelations paint a picture of Hollywood that goes way beyond showbiz. She's throwing shade on these industry giants, suggesting that their private lives might not be as squeaky clean as their public images. So here's the scoop on Monique's beef with the big shots in the industry, Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. It all started with the Precious Awards campaign, where Monique refused to promote the film at Cannes for free. She had her reasons, juggling a talk show, a comedy tour, and family time. Monique said to Oprah, "I've done my part," and they agreed to disagree. This is from 2015, when Monique first dropped the bomb about being blackballed by the trio, Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah Winfrey. Daniels, in response, threw some shade her way, saying her demands during Precious didn't align with the campaign, souring her Hollywood relationships. But Monique spilled even more tea during her Apollo set, clarifying,
So no, I was not blackballed. I was whiteballed. By some black who had no balls. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels. Thank you, Mr. Tyler Perry. Thank you, Miss Oprah Winfrey. You are not paying me equally. You are not treating me fairly. So y'all can suck my if I had one.
Back in 2009, she decided to skip a press tour for Precious, co-produced by Oprah and Tyler Perry, because they weren't planning to pay her and she needed a break. Seemed fair, right? But suddenly, she's labeled as difficult to work with. Fast forward, media stories painted her as a troublemaker, despite winning an Oscar. Monique realized someone was playing dirty, and Lee Daniels spilled the beans about her getting blackballed for not playing the game. Now she's waiting for that overdue apology from Oprah and Tyler Perry. And here's the kicker. Oprah went back on her word, inviting Monique's brother on the show without her consent, reopening old wounds. Oprah offered no apology, and Monique's still waiting. Then in her Academy Award win, where Monique skipped thanking director Lee Daniels in her speech.
First, I would like to thank the Academy for showing that it can be about the performance and not the politics.
That move sparked a 13-year feud, with Daniels allegedly blackballing her. He had big plans for her in his projects during their estrangement, roles eventually played by Oprah and Taraji P. Henson. Monique hasn't patched things up with Oprah or Perry, and there's some lingering resentment towards Oprah for featuring her family members on her talk show, including a brother with a troubling past. By troubling past, I mean that Monique has publicly spoken out about and suffered from being SA'd by her brother when she was younger. And although Oprah knew this and promised Monique never to feature her family and especially her brother on her talk show, she did it anyway. Despite the drama, Monique appreciates support from others like Donald Glover, who cast her in 2019, and Roseanne Barr, whom she stood by in 2018 during a racist tweet controversy. Monique's philosophy: I will stand for right all day long. So that's the lowdown on Monique's Hollywood saga. Always a roller coaster. But why is this all coming up again? Well, it's because she's finally decided to speak out against everyone involved. And y'all, it's not looking good for the lot. So, just recently, a video expose has gone viral where Monique goes into all the shady stuff that goes on in the industry. And initially, we all thought that the stuff that Diddy has been doing is bad, right? Well, let me just tell you, Monique's here to clear the board, and from the stuff she's revealed, it feels like Tyler Perry and TD Jakes are even worse. Monique spilled the tea on her big Hollywood feud during a chat on Turnt Out with T.S. Madison. You know, the one where she's been shouting from the rooftops about being blackballed by the likes of Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, all because she said no to the Precious Awards campaign. Well, Monique goes in on Perry talking about how he scammed her.
So when you ask me how does it feel to not hear him come out, I've seen The Wiz, and that's why I am so passionate about it. And I'm grateful that I do have my husband, because I can get extremely passionate about it. And I don't want to ever seem like I'm talking harshly about my brothers and sisters, but it takes me to a different place when I feel like you're scamming us.
According to Monique, after a good decade of drama, Tyler Perry finally decides to pick up the phone and call her. Yeah, that happened. They were apparently trying to bury the hatchet. Monique spills the deets, saying Perry admitted he messed up and even promised to publicly apologize for the whole mess. And guess what? Monique recorded that convo, and T.S. Madison claims she's heard it all. Monique dove deeper into the saga, revealing that she played the recorded audio for heavyweights like Kevin Hart and the Rev. Al Sharpton. According to her, Sharpton even nudged Tyler Perry to reach out to Monique once again. But here's the twist. Perry was initially not too keen on the idea. Eventually, though, he apparently told one of Monique's friends that he'd talk to her under two conditions. First, her husband manager had to sit this one out, and secondly, she had to serve up an apology to both him and Oprah for the whole blackball ordeal. Monique drops this bombshell and adds,
Now that was recent. So as I sit here with you and you say, wait a minute, I heard that man say he was wrong.
Yes, I did hear it.
And was going to apologize. Well, that's turned into, now I'll meet with you, not with your husband, and now you have to apologize to me. How does that happen?
Monique stared straight into the camera, ready to drop some truth bombs about Hollywood's track record with black women who dare to speak up. She laid it out plain and simple, breaking down the sad history of how black women who stand up for themselves often get ignored until it's too late.
Oftentimes when it comes to a black woman speaking up and speaking out, it goes unheard until she dies. Then once she dies, then we go back and say, well, she was right and let's make a movie about it.
Monique rattled off names, real talk, to drive her point home.
See, I can give you their names, Eartha Kitt. I can give you their names, Hazel Scott. I can give you their names, Fannie Lou Hamer. I can give you their names, Hattie McDaniel. All of those women took a stand. And all of those women left here heartbroken, unhealthy, looking at a community saying, y'all know I'm right, but why won't anybody say anything?
It's a harsh reality check from Monique, shining a light on the struggle that black women face when they refuse to be silenced in Hollywood. So all in all, the Monique and Perry drama kicked off when she said no to promoting Precious, a move that wasn't part of her contract. Despite bagging the Best Supporting Actress award at the 2009 Oscars for her role, Monique wasn't about to sacrifice family time for the whirlwind of festivals and press junkets. Plus, she pointed out, it wasn't in her contract to do all that hoopla in the first place. Here's the backstory in detail. Monique agreed to take on the lead in Lee's indie film Precious for a humble $50,000. But then, the movie hit the jackpot with rave reviews at Sundance, and boom, Perry and Oprah jumped on board as executive producers. Suddenly, this small indie film had heavyweight backers. Now, the plot thickens. The team behind Precious wanted Monique to hit the campaign trail, but she made one thing clear. She wasn't doing it for free.
So what I was not gonna do was make Hollywood the priority.
She even recalled her conversation with Perry at the Neighborhood Awards, where she told him straight up, I'm not in the business of working for free.
I said, what I cannot do, Tyler, is work for free.
They had a mutual understanding, hugged it out, and all seemed well. But as soon as it became clear that Monique wasn't playing the game of, because it's them, I gotta do it, that's when the blackball entered the scene. Monique spilled more beans, sharing that she started hearing whispers about being difficult to work with. And guess what? Perry didn't stop at just whispers. He took it a step further and went on to badmouth her to director David E. Talbert. Oprah, on the other hand, kept mum throughout the whole ordeal, leaving Monique to wonder why her media mogul sister chose to stay silent. But here's where it gets interesting. Monique wanted to make it crystal clear that despite all the drama, there's no hate in her heart for Perry, Oprah, or Lee. In fact, she went on record saying,
Let me be clear. I love those people. We love those people. My husband and I love them. They're our brothers and sisters.
And just to drive the point home, she shares her husband's philosophy.
Mama, we ain't calling nobody out. We simply calling them up to say, listen, let's make our community better by making it right, not keep running and hiding behind what you consider is your power.
Now that's taking the high road amidst the Hollywood storm. And that's not even all the dirt she has on him. The grapevine suggests she's ready to spill all of his secrets. And with Monique's industry experience, who knows what she's got tucked away? And fans are noting how stuff about Perry is getting brushed under the rug. One person wrote online, is anyone else concerned about the Tyler Perry allegations? He is godfather to royal children. Feel like this is something to talk about? Seems it's being suppressed, disappeared from view? Another added, if you all think that Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry are not a part of this satanic cabal, you're hive-minded fools. Monique Taraji, part of same cabal, aren't lying. Research. Oprah/Tyler equals sold out shills for the cabal. Sick of normies thinking they are magical Nope. Now, Tyler Perry is no stranger to the limelight. He made waves in Atlanta's theater scene and struck gold with his media series. But, let's keep it real. His journey to the top wasn't a walk in the park. Rumor has it, his ego might have gotten a bit too big, causing clashes even with heavyweights like Oprah. In Hollywood, playing some questionable cards is practically a rite of passage, right? Tyler Perry seems to know the drill. After smashing it at the box office, he ventured into TV with the hit sitcom House of Pain. But when it came to sealing the deal for a sweet syndication and a spin-off named Meet the Browns, things got messy. Deadline spilled the tea. Perry showed 4 writers the door when they asked for union contracts, stirring up major drama in the industry. And just like that, Tyler went on the hunt for new writers, boldly claiming these folks were replaceable. The Writers Guild of America took a stand against him, accusing him of refusing to negotiate, but the plot thickens. Perry accused the writers of starting a smear campaign, even comparing himself to Martin Luther King Jr. Can you believe it? Eventually, Perry waved the white flag, settling with the union, agreeing to pay residuals, and putting his name alongside major networks. Oh, and he threw a shout out to Martin Luther King Jr. while doing it. Now, that's some serious shit, right? Well, there's more. When negotiating a syndication deal, actor Brandon Jay revealed an unsettling incident during the filming of Perry's TV series. Jay auditioned for the role of Jeffrey, a bullied high school character, only to find Perry making a last-minute decision to turn the character gay. This unexpected twist required actors to quickly adapt to new lines, chosen on the spot by Perry.
Mr. Perry comes in, everything changes. So we literally run the entire episode for him, and he hates it. He says, I want Jeffrey to be gay, and he has a crush on his bully. That's not what I auditioned for. What?
The situation shed light on the challenges actors faced on Perry's set, emphasizing the director's impromptu decisions and the pressure placed on performers to conform to his vision, even if it meant significant last-minute changes to the script. These revelations added a layer to the ongoing discussions about Tyler Perry's management style and its impact on those working with him. But hold on, here's where Monique steps into the scene. Perry's film for colored girls faced a tidal wave of backlash. A week before its release, Perry shocked everyone by saying he'd only cast light-skinned women for his films. Say what? Monique wasn't having any of it. She called him out, saying it's sad and disheartening, a psychological thing that's been going on for years. Perry at the time didn't seem too fazed. He laughed off the criticism, claiming, "All I've ever done is cross the line." But could this be where the beef started? Is Monique about to spill the tea on Perry's alleged shady moves in Hollywood? And with Perry's colossal empire in the mix, Monique might be gearing up to spill some exclusive behind-the-scenes tea. We're talking everything from casting decisions to Perry's connections with other heavyweights in Hollywood. Keep in mind, she's already spilled the beans on Oprah and Tyler, claiming they white-balled her from the industry. Now the burning question is whether she's got the inside scoop on Perry too. But here's the kicker. It's not just about Perry. There's chatter about Monique exposing other big shots in Hollywood. Remember that Apollo Theater moment where she went off on Oprah and director Lee Daniels? Well, Perry might just be the tip of the iceberg. If Monique's got the goods, this could shake things up big time. Some skeptics think she's just seeking attention, while others are convinced she's on the brink of dropping a Hollywood bombshell. Whatever the case, Monique's got the whole town buzzing, and Tyler Perry might be perched on the edge of his seat. And while all of this is new information, it turns out that the downfall of Diddy, Oprah, TD Jakes, and Tyler was already predicted. So it looks like Monique is just doing what the universe has planned. If you haven't been up to speed yet, what Monique's doing is a part of a bigger plan. There are disturbing claims circulating online about American Bishop TD Jakes, alleging his involvement in inappropriate activities at wild parties. The rumors suggest that TD Jakes, a renowned preacher, participated in events hosted by Diddy, where influential figures engage with men and young boys. A TikTok video has surfaced where a woman accuses TD Jakes of being part of these parties. One person wrote, "These guys getting exposed one by one. DJ Envy, Diddy, Tyler Perry, TD Jakes, and Academics. Who's next?" Additionally, a woman on the YouTube page, the Master's Voice Prophecy blog, has made a prophecy claiming that TD Jakes is a Freemason and part of a satanic cult. According to her, Jakes has taken occultic vows and serves Satan as his true Lord and Master. She alleges that Jakes uses his preaching to deceive congregants and leads them into the dark world associated with his occultic affiliations. The woman in the 2022 video has made highly serious and potentially defamatory allegations against Bishop TD Jakes, accusing him of engaging in inappropriate relationships, specifically mentioning activities with boys and young men. These claims, if true, would be grave offenses that could significantly impact Jakes' reputation and personal life. One person wrote, "I listened to TD Jakes' sermon when he did respond. He sounds very guilty of something to sit up there and say, even if I did do it, all I have to do is repent. Being anointed is one thing, but you allowed Tyler Perry to lay hands on you to deliver you is insane." Now, let's talk about Monique dropping Oprah's name into the mix. It's not exactly surprising given the whispers that have circulated for quite a while about Oprah being a heavyweight decision maker in the industry. Monique pointing fingers at Oprah, claiming she played a role in what Monique sees as her unfair treatment, adds a juicy twist to the ongoing drama. Oprah Winfrey, as we all know, isn't just a talk show legend. She's a powerhouse producer and a business tycoon. Her nod of approval, or conversely, her lack of support, could arguably make or break someone's career in the entertainment biz. Monique's stance falls in line with a broader narrative that suggests Oprah's influence extends far beyond the TV screen. Monique isn't the first to insinuate that Oprah might have a say in who gets the golden opportunities in Hollywood. The entertainment industry, like any other, has its behind-the-scenes power plays. The big names can pull strings that affect everything from casting decisions to who gets the spotlight at award shows. Now, keep in mind that these are just claims, and the intricacies of decisions in the entertainment world are often tangled webs. Monique is sharing her side of the story, and while it's creating waves, we'll have to wait and see how the accused parties respond. Hollywood has a history of controversies and power struggles, and Monique's allegations bring to light the need for openness and fairness in the industry's decision-making processes. As the story unfolds, we might discover more voices sharing their experiences or providing different angles to the complex dynamics of power in showbiz. And the stuff that she has on Perry being worse than Diddy shouldn't come as a surprise as well. But can you imagine how bad it must be? I mean, Diddy alone has a super horrible history. Add TD Jakes in the mix, and it gets downright horrendous. And it's not just Monique who's outing and exposing this group. People close to these artists have also stepped forward, I mean, did you hear what Gene Deal, Puff's security, had to say? Recently, Gene Deal brought up the topic of P. Diddy's parties and expressed surprise at the presence of TD Jakes in such an environment. He conveyed a sense of discomfort, deeming it inappropriate for a man of the cloth to engage in the lively atmosphere characterized by drugs, alcohol, and loose behavior. Reflecting on the evolving party scene, Gene recalled a time in the 90s and 2000s when interactions between men were not as overtly expressed as they are today. He noted that the current rap party culture embraces a more open attitude, likely influenced by the changing dynamics in the genre. Gene then shifted the conversation to T.D. Jakes' role as a spiritual leader, questioning how he could guide others when his own house seemed to lack order. Mentioning revelations from one of Jakes' books, Gene shared that the Reverend's two sons were allegedly associated with the LGBTQ+ community, with one of them reportedly involved in an incident in a Texas park. Amidst the discussion, Gene humorously touched upon the romantic relationship between Cassie and Diddy, referring to Cassie's admission that she wasn't physically attracted to Diddy. Despite a significant age difference, Gene pondered the rationale behind being with someone who didn't evoke genuine physical interest. One reason why Puff was still with her, despite knowing that she doesn't like him and isn't attracted to him, could be the fact that he wanted to hide it from the world that he's into men, and so he liked keeping her around. Ending it, Gene spills the beans about relationships where folks get used for their money. He's all about keeping it real and warns about the messiness that can come with that kind of situation. Just Gene Deal talking his mind, you know? And then other than the sacrifices, the blackballing, and the disgusting parties, there's also disgusting stuff such as Diddy abusing women, including his own mother.
Diddy was on I'd watch. You know, Kirk Burroughs was like, yo, man, I should have saw, he told me he should have saw this coming with Cassie and the way he treated women when he slapped his mother. And I was like, he did what? I was stuck on stupid for a minute, but he was like, yeah, I thought that he would grow out of it, or it was just because all the shit he's going through when he slapped his own mother. I said, Kirk, let me tell you something. I said, Kirk, don't you remember when I told you when he cussed his mother out? And I think you was even that, Kirk. When we was getting in the limousine, he cussed his mother out. He told his mother to stay out of his mofo business. And I told him, man, you ever talk to your mother? You remember that situation? He said, yeah. I said, Kirk, why you didn't tell me then that he cussed that he slapped his mother? Because if you'd have told me to slap his mother, I'd have beat the out of him, Kirk. And I know everybody gonna say, yo, why this coming out now in the whole 9 yards? This is a part of why he do the that he do to women. And people gotta understand that.